Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining this discussion. Maybe Simon and Sam.
Let's take closer.
Yeah, you can sit here. Okay. Okay. Since retailing through IATA offer and order is the main theme of this year's event, so in the next 15 minutes, we will be discussing that how Flyer, SAP, and IBM are coordinating with each other and bringing this adoption into the life. So I will start with brief introduction. So Flyer is on the upstream side and enabling the carriers in providing the personalized and dynamic offers to the customers through AI and the data sciences. SAP, on the other side, is known for its best-in-class ERP system, is also leading this space and showcasing that how core systems like S/4HANA and industry solutions like BRIM can be used for the adoption of IATA offer and order. And last but not the least is for any solution implementation, system integrators play a vital role. So that's where the IBM is leading by closely coordinating with Flyer and SAP in providing the end-to-end implementation services for IATA offer and order. So I myself, Mohit Baig, I am solution architect in the SAP airline solutions for IBM. So we can start the discussion. So I will start my first question with you, Sam. So could you explain that how Flyer is enabling airline companies in adopting the IATA offer and order, and how Flyer is supporting the integration with the ERP systems like SAP?
Yeah, thanks, Mohit. Flyer is playing a crucial and very important role in the industry, bringing modularized offer and order to enable airlines in their modern digital retailing journey. And that modular piece is really important because what we are absolutely explicit about is that we focus on core things that we think we can do very, very well and bring value and differentiation to the market. And that doesn't mean do everything. And hopefully we have a couple of slides that work and maybe not. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so I've just explained just very, very briefly a little bit about our product architecture and the things that we do focus on. And you can see how they're clearly laid out as a modular platform here. So all the way through from receiving data coming in, whether it's through third parties, whether it's intelligence, dynamic pricing providers, anything like this, through our own intelligence, our pricing engine, and our core offer and order, which has product catalog, stock keeper, offer, orchestration, and order management around it. And then the distribution of that outwards, whether it's through retail APIs to a digital experience, or the NDC gateway, or communicating with legacy processes such as legacy GDS distribution, EDIFACT, TTY, teletype integration, etc. But you'll see here that we've not got everything in that picture. The real core of what we do is focus on the core offer and order piece, the catalog and stock, and the distribution of that. So we've made this platform so that any supplier can come and bring content and bring integration. And on the other side, the downstream side, we can send anything out of this platform as well. And that really applies importantly to things like order accounting, because that's one thing that we are not focused on trying to solve necessarily ourselves, but enable and partner with others to deliver that experience and that capability to airlines. And I'll hand it over to Simon, who I think is going to explain a little bit about how SAP plays into that and the work that we've done there. So.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. So, Simon, could you explain that how SAP is providing a solution for the order management or order accounting and settlement, and how it is integrating with the upstream systems like Flyer?
Sure. Thanks a lot, Mohin. Thanks, Sam, for the introduction. So on our end, as you said, you were saying best of class ERP. I think among the room, maybe 75, 80% of you are running our ERP. And this new generation of ERP is called S/4HANA. So you are using S/4HANA today to integrate your revenue accounting data, your flown revenue, out of a traditional revenue accounting system. And you see in this new architecture, there is no need anymore for any revenue accounting system. This is the beauty of the simplifications that the market is expecting out of the retail transformations. So out of Flyers, you were mentioning the accounting interfaces. It's accounting and management reporting interfaces. We are taking the messages out of the front-end runner, Flyer, straight into our ERP. So it means your current ERP, S/4HANA, is having a kind of sleeping module, which we call BRIM. This is the acronym we give to SAP, to bring all the billable items within the sub-ledgers and to provide all the functionality you used to have with a traditional revenue accounting system. So you see here, we are really streamlining the sales straight to your back office to give you real-time insight about your profitability. There's two components. You see here S/4HANA, and in between, we have the piping. The piping is actually our platform to interface the Flyer words, the front-end words, the OMS words, and the back office. So you see here a more detailed architecture, a bit like Flyers, if you want to learn more about how the solution works. You see here the different components, because it's not just about getting the OSIN and the SSCN messages from Flyers, but also interacting with the entire functionalities and interactions we have in revenue accounting. I didn't mention I spent 10 years within Air France-KLM running the passenger revenue accounting divisions. So I know the complexity to work with the acquirers, with the banks, to process the future settlement with the IATA clearinghouse. So all those functionalities are again out of the box with your ERP. This is the key message I wanted to pass today.
Perfect. And here I just want to mention that integration with the traditional revenue accounting systems is really a challenging integration in the airline industry because of the huge volume of data they generate. And it's always been a challenge to get the right level of granularity in the S4 system. And this is what we have experienced on the IBM side, that it's always been a challenge to reconcile the ERP system with the traditional revenue accounting system. So I do agree with you, Simon, that if we have this type of integration, seamless integration, then that will definitely ease out all these challenges. Okay, so my second question would be for you, Sam, that in your experience, like what are the different challenges you have faced in integration with the operational systems like PSS and the DCS?
I think the biggest thing and the most unsurprising thing that we found is that we're breaking new ground here. Like there isn't a strong and decades-long precedence of how these new capabilities and new technologies are going to work together. And we haven't got a really strong precedence for years of modularity. And so whilst there are standards and whilst IATA have reference architectures and definitions that we can base this on, we know that they have to be evolved and extended, and we know that we will discover things along the way, and that's exactly what we've done. So we have implemented our offer and order technology in production with order accounting. It's being used now. And there were surprises. There were things that we found that took probably a lot more work and a lot more realization than we thought it was going to be. And we should have known better in being in this industry, because that's always the case, whether it's offer and order or anything else. But what we're actually starting to see is some of the benefits of this modularity in the way we're integrating and these standards. And a good example of that is we've built the offer and order platform to be real-time and as granular as possible, to be able to account for and track end-to-end through the process the sale and settlement of any item that is sold, whether it's a flight, whether it's an ancillary, whether it's third-party products that the airline is retailing through a partnership platform or through their own marketplace. And that flows through into order accounting in real time. And so that component, that idea of one order being the single source of truth and containing all of that order and service level information that can be tracked in terms of fulfillment, when it's being delivered, when it's being fulfilled, when it's expired, when it's used, etc., flowing end to end into order accounting. To see that in production is very, very rewarding and is driving value for an airline now. But it was very difficult to get there. But we've learned a lot, and now it can be replicated.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so my next question is for you, Simon. So since we know that SAP BRIM, which is widely known and widely used in the retail industry or the telecommunication industry, is SAP planning to bring any airline-specific content for this solution, so that the adoption could be fast-tracked?
Yeah, so first, you are right to mention the retail industry. Again, we came to IATA to promote those retail best practices, and we are also a significant player, I would say a world-class leader in the retail world, to import those practices into the aviations. And typically, we are confident with the volumes. When we deal with Apple iTunes, which is a kind of interline marketplace, we are processing billions of transactions, which are maybe 100 times bigger than for an airlines will have to deal with these tickets. When it comes to telco as well, it has been a game changer to introduce BRIM. If you remember, sometimes we used to pay our communications per usage, like you are paying a trip in the airlines aviations. So now everybody knows about subscription billing, which is widely spread in the telco industry. We believe also this opening to the retail world will give you new business model and the ability also to make subscription billing with your customer in the coming decades. So all this experience out of retail, telco, is now imported in the travel and transportation industry. And this BRIM component is widely used actually in transportations, in passenger railways, in container shipping lines, and I would say also in the airport community. We have been running our airport communities. You know, we have more than 500 airports across the world running on SAP solutions. They are processing their billing capabilities through BRIMs when it comes to aeronautical, non-aeronautical goods. Also, when it comes to airlines worlds, our GDSs are using also this kind of packages to actually build their travel agents. And we are also progressing since last years. We have low-cost carriers using this solution without any revenue accounting solution in place. We have also the vacations divisions of airlines also using these solutions without any revenue accounting systems. So we are capitalizing this experience, to answer your point. So we don't sell anymore an empty software. This is very important at SAP. We brace industries. We have 25 industries, and the way we are promoting our new ERP S/4HANA is with a templated approach per industry. So the system, when you start the transformation with SAP, is you start not from the white page, you start with a system which is already pre-configured for your industry. So you just have to follow an implementation maps, bringing you all the business content to process those transactions. Now, when it comes to the flyer integrations, maybe some of you yesterday were in the sessions which were running with Sam and some colleagues from SAP, where the whole end-to-end executions from the offer to actually the settlement in SAP using different scenarios, including also the subscription billing capabilities of SAP, was demonstrated with live data. So it means it's not something recorded on a sample. This is something which is existing, and we encourage you to visit. Last, I mentioned also the piping. How do we manage the translation between the XML messages, the external words, and SAP? Same here. So we have all these managed services which are embedded and which could be further maintained following all the coming enhancement, new standard that IATA and the community will be providing.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for sharing the insights, Simon. I think we are at time, and since we have allotted a very limited time, so I would like to thank you, Simon and Sam, for sharing the insight, and thanks everyone for listening to us, and have a rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.